to Big Beat TV. Great to have you with us for a Monday night, wrapping up a busy round 10. Craig Freeman with me, and tonight, of course, we're looking at all the youth league divisions. And there were some very, very big individual performances.
Not often you have one 50-point game in a round. We had two 50-point games in this round. And
they were pretty special. More on that shortly. Let's go to Youth League 2 Women. There's the results up on screen for you. Pakenham getting up by 3 on the road. Casey 2 strong down at Western Port. Blackburn are winners. Frankston big winners over Werribee, and Whittlesea stitching up Mornington, with Scotty's Girl having a big game, but more on that shortly. Let's have a look at Southern Pen and Pakenham. 3-point game. Sarah Thompson, very good for Pakenham, 17 and 7 off the bench.
Yeah, this was Builder's game of the round by us. It was second versus third, and Pakenham just ground out a really important win. They moved to 8 and 2. Now sit one spot clear of Southern Pen, who are now at 7 and 3, along with Blackburn at 7 and 3. That top four starting to take a little bit of shape.
Steph Leclerc had 13 for Casey. They get a win, as you mentioned. Blackburn, very good, getting a win at Sherbrooke by 28. Frankston 45-point winners over Werribee. Cassie Bora with 29 and 8.
Yeah, huge win for Frankston. Have rattled off some big victories as of late. They've won 3 in a row. They haven't lost at home, and they've got a ridiculously good percentage considering they're only 6 and 4. But they're looking like they're flying home in the second half of this season.
Now to Whittlesea, big winners over Mornington. They got home by 42. Now there's every chance that our girl Hayley is going to be bigger and better in the sporting world than her old man Scotty, because she's flying at the moment. She's got to be, seriously, she's got to be odds-on favourite for MVP in this competition right now.
Yeah, she'll be pushing it. I think Cootsie had a better start to the season, but maybe he's tailed off a little bit.
Hayley's winding
winding up.
Winding right up. She had 31, 7 and 5 steals in this game. Impressive. She had some blocks as well. She's flying at the moment, and Whittlesea are up and about. Where's Whittlesea on the ladder?
They're sitting 6th at 5 and 5, so...
They're going to storm home, Craig. They're going to storm home.
There's a couple of teams that are trying to storm home, and the top of the ladder's looking fairly set. I mean, there's a couple of teams that are really struggling as well. You've got Werribee, Sherbrooke and Mornington, who haven't been too good this season.
Mate, H-Dub has that team up and firing at the moment, and she's going to she's just going to carry them on her shoulders all the way to the line, I think. Youth League 2 men, there's the results up on screen for you. Some massive scores, huge scores in this competition. Some games I think defence just goes straight out the window, but probably in a worrying sign, some big margins.
Yeah, this has been a very high scoring league this year. We start off with Melton hosting Whittlesea, and Whittlesea doing a really good job to get a strong win on the road there. Melton have looked very good this year. Doing
it by committee. Whittlesea bowled back 25 for Melton in that game. Excuse me, Kesey got Chelsea by 7. Down at Paddo, Selhorst, Johnny Selhorst had 20 points for Keysborough. Frosty had 21 and 14 for Chelsea. Mornington big winners over Latrobe City. It's come to be expected week in, week out. But Lockie Bazzi had 52 points, LB, and 12 rebounds. And I thought that is just the performance of the week. Little did I know that something even more spectacular was to come.
Yeah, he put together a huge offensive display. Latrobe City have now slipped to 0 and 12 and really haven't even been in many of the games they've been playing, unfortunately. But
he feasted on them.
Lockie Bazzi is having one incredible season and just capped it off a little bit there.
Brad Watson did all he could for the Energy with 23 and 13, but well done to LB. That's a massive game, 52 points. Congrats.
Surely he'd be pushing MVP on
right up there, no doubt, right up there. Craigieburn and Pakenham put on 195 between them. Craigieburn get the points on the road. Abe Solano had 29 in that one. Frankston too good for Wallen. Griff Pugh had 24 and 10. Big winners, the Blues, and they are really starting to fire up. Keezy and Western Port, no results, got no idea what happened. You got any idea, or did they play? Did that game go
I'm going to estimate Keysborough won by 7. That's my guess.
Fair enough. Collingwood get Pakenham by 28. Cantap had 17 for Collingwood. Lee Belton 15 for Pakenham. So Packy lose a couple on the weekend.
Yeah, that's a big win for Collingwood as well. They've had a little bit of a tough stretch in terms of quality opposition. That's a strong win. They're 7th right now at 8 and 4, but I think if you fixed up those, they're probably sitting at 4th at 8 and 4 in fact, and looking like they're going to be pushing again come the playoffs.
Where's Franger on the table?
Frankston are 10 and 3. They've won 6 in a row, and they're sitting 2nd right now.
Well, they finished off round 10 with a big win over Maccabi, 111 to 54. Tristan Lloyd came off the bench. I think he only played like 20 minutes. Had 29 points in that game. Very, very good. Let's go to Youth League 1 Women. There's the results up on screen for you. Some big individual performances in this competition as well. McKinnon got Geelong on the road. Chelsea Branston, who's played a lot of senior basketball, when she steps down to play for this youth team, she usually dominates it. She did again with 25 in this game.
Off the bench as well.
That's how she does it. Corio Bay got Camberwell. Now, last Friday night, I told you this would be game of the round. And
we know Steve doesn't like Camberwell.
Well, both you and Steve went with Keilor and Sunbury. Is that right? Is that the game of the round you went with?
Yeah.
And that was just a lazy 32-point margin.
And if you don't mind, I think I was the only one who gave Keilor a chance in that one.
Well, you were, but back to my point. That was a 32-point game. I told you Camberwell and Corio would be the game of the round. 3-point game. Tatters had 26. Tatters came off the bench. What's that about?
Did she? She turned up late?
Oh, I don't know. Tatters could turn up a minute before the start of the game and I'd still start her. In fact, she could turn up 3 minutes after the start of the game and I'd start with 4 and then just inject her into the game. She had 26 in that one. Corio got it by 3. Great game. Megan Wilson, 14 points, 15 rebounds for Campbell. She's been in great form, Willow.
Yep.
That was a very, very good contest. That was game of the round by a mile, Craig.
That's a big win for Corio as well, because Camberwell were catching them. They're at 6 and 5 and they were 2 games ahead of them, but now they've pulled that one back. They're only 1 game behind Camberwell now, and that last spot in the 4 is going to be hotly contested.
Steve-O's got a lot to answer for this week. Friday night, I'm going to have a chat with him Friday night. He's got a lot to answer for. Craigieburn Geelong went into OT. Geelong got it by 7. The Colonel, Carly Sanders, had 31 and 10, dominated. Eltham get Chelsea by 3. Yeah,
Eltham and Chelsea, 2 of the teams down the bottom of the ladder at this part in this season, but Shanna Thornwell with 12 and 4 for Chelsea, Michaela Leris with 18 and 4 for Eltham.
Well, here's your chance to brag. You did go for the Thunder. They beat Sunbury by plenty. What happened to the Jets?
I'm not sure what's going on with the Jets. They hadn't lost a game all season. Were sitting at 9-0. They find themselves at 9-2 now. They've lost 2 in a row, and Keilor are absolutely flying. 9-1 now, 5 in a row. They've won and looking tough to stop. 2 weeks ago, you would have said Sunbury easily the team to beat.
The Jets were flying. They resemble a bunch of Cessnas with 1 wing each at the moment. I mean, what is going on?
Maybe Steve's put too much attention on one player from the team. And
crash and burn. Youth League 1 men, there's the results up on screen for you. Lots and lots of games. Tell us what stands out to you.
Well, we saw Hume versus Casey first up. Hume getting a nice win by 8 points there. Kyle Gillard with 20 and 5 for Hume.
Sunbury got Geelong, good win there. Wang Neath had a very good weekend for Geelong. He had 25 and 11 in this one. Had a good game on Sunday as well, but Sunbury too good for the Cats. Waverley get Camberwell by 15. Bulg had 14 and 10. Waverley up and about at the moment. Warrandyte over Bendigo by 13. Jared Mulder 26 and 13. CPA, the accountant, had 19 and 17. Sammy Becks 20 and 10 for Bendigo. Camberwell Werribee, so Camberwell lose a couple on the weekend. Werribee get up by, 8 points. Tommy Moncrief 25 for Camberwell. Josh Toniato 15 for Werribee. Warrandyte couldn't make it too. Corio very good at home.
Yeah, Corio getting up 93 to 79. Kirk Harris with 29 points, 9 rebounds and 4 assists. CPA had a nice weekend with 23 and 14. Then we saw Waverley way too strong for Geelong, and Waverley are absolutely flying right now, 8 in a row. They've won.
Wang Neath though, 25 and 14. I think he made the blue carpet this week with a couple of big performances for Geelong. Sunbury too good for Ballarat. KC leading the Sunshine Band with 17 points, and Bendigo bounced back, beat Coburg by 4. Tanner Rayner had 23 in that game.
The top 3 in that division starting to separate themselves from the rest of the competition a little bit. They're all on winning streaks. Sunbury won 14 in a row, they haven't lost. Waverley won 8 in a row, 12 and 1, and Werribee have won 4 in a row. They're at 10 and 4.
And it's a real tight mid-pack, isn't it? Let's go to Moulton VYC Women. There's the results up on screen for you. Lots and lots of games. Hawthorn over Hume by 3. Brianna Hands had 13 points and 12 rebounds in that game. Ringwood over Nunawading by 9. Kelly Romas with 15 points for the Hawks. Knox went down to Sandringham. Sophie Van Vliet had 16 points, 19 rebounds for the Sabres. Meg Rogowskis had 14 and 14. Eliana Bravington, continuing her good form for Knox, had 16 points, 18 rebounds.
Yeah, big game there. We saw Warrandyte fall to Bendigo Bendigo travelling well there. Danielle O'Toole leading the way with 18 points. Jess Mangan with 15 and 10. Then Ballarat falling to Waverley. Waverley also travelling well.
Falcons up and about at the moment, aren't they? Grace Beasley 22 for the Falcons
Superstar,
in that game.
plays down in the
very
team.
good. Diamond Valley beat Altona by 12. It was a big game going in. Altona, have they lost a couple in the last 3 or 4?
So out of their last 4, they've lost 2.
There you go. A little bit of work to do there, but stick with them.
Tough competition.
Yeah,
there. That's
absolutely.
a tough game to play as well.
Michaela Peterson had 20 for the Eagles. Knox way too good for Bendigo. Leah Santamaggio dropping back with 19 points. Bravington again 16 points, 12 rebounds, very good. Danielle O'Toole, the leading scorer for Bendigo with 9 points, and I think she averages about 17 or 18 a game, so not a good day for Bendigo. Ballarat got Warrandyte by 5.
Yeah, India Hayes leading the way for Ballarat with 17 points and 8 rebounds. And we saw Sandringham way too strong for Hawthorn. Rogowskis with 14 and 6, Shea with 13, 7 and 6, and Hicks with 12, 9 and 7 steals.
Nunn Whiting importantly got Kilsyth by 3. Kaylin Ibbotson had 12 and 11. Erin Burgoyne, good to see the Burgoynes up and about. Good family out there at Kilsyth, 18 points for the Cobras. Waverley too good for Melbourne. Alyssa Weston 26. Nia Duth-Lock had 16 points. Nikki Metcalf 14 for Melbourne. It feels like Melbourne's missing a couple of players at the moment. Did Zoe Kransberg play? She's been out for a couple of weeks.
I think she's been in and out the whole season.
Injured or
other commitments?
Okay, all right. Well, you've obviously done
I think
your
she
homework
plays
there.
netball as well.
Does she really? Oh, so she's mixing both sports?
I think so.
Okay. Bulleen went down to Ringwood. The board banger, 16 and 15. Very, very good for Ringwood. Let's go to Moulton VYC men. It's actually a pretty quiet round.
This is the smallest round so far, I think.
7, 8, only 9 games. There's usually about 63 games each weekend in VYC. Eltham got McKinnon on Saturday night. I saw the second half of this game, very tight till about a minute to go in the third quarter. And then Jeffers boys just put the foot down from there.
Yeah, Christian Yamuni with a huge game, 27 and 4. I think McKinnon did a pretty good job defending pretty much every other star that Eltham had, but Christian went off and had a big one. Luke Painenberg-Borg with 20 and 16. He's had a good season for McKinnon.
He's just a cool character,
yeah.
Jeffers. Just nothing gets to him. He's not phased. He doesn't get carried away. He just backs his team. I think things are going against him. He's okay. He just sits back, has a sip of Coke. He's okay on the
one thing they can rely on, I think they've got a very strong defence and they've got enough talent that they're going to score anyway. So they've got some things they can rely on.
Good team. Very, very good team. Sherbrooke and Bulleen was postponed. Now, what happened there, Craig? Bring us up to speed. Tree down or something like that up in the forest?
Shot clock issues?
So it had nothing to do with a tree down over the road or kangaroo had been struck by a car or something like that?
Technical issues.
Echidnas crossing the road?
Technical issues.
It just shot clock, didn't it?
I think it's technical issues.
Right, okay. I was looking forward to some great story.
A great story.
That game will be replayed at some stage. Dandenong got Eltham by 3, so the Wildcats were backing up.
Huge game, this one. Two of the best teams in the league, maybe the best 2 teams in the league, and we saw a nice tight affair the whole way through. Dandenong actually ran out to a double-digit lead. It was close all game. They got out to a double-digit lead in the 4th. Eltham made a big run back, but couldn't quite peel it back.
My boy Robbo.
Yeah, Robbo had a big weekend. He's a great player, been playing up in the Steeple team a little bit as well. 13, 15 and 6, including some clutch free throws down the end.
Knox went down to Sherbrooke on Sunday. I actually caught a fair bit of this game and it was very entertaining. Sherbrooke got a good unit.
Yeah,
some of those guys that are back from college, Dowie's back in there, they've got a very good unit. Odygy.
Cam Bradley, I think, was that his first game of the season for Sherbrooke.
Came off the bench.
24 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. For Knox, Lockie Jones was good with 17 points, 4 and 4.
Got Ali Bear in there as well. They look a very good unit. The Suns, where are they on the ladder? Can you check that out for me?
Sitting near the top. I've got to change conferences right
check
now.
That out for me, that's fine, because the next game...
they're 6 and 8, but I think they're going to fly. They've got some talent coming through.
Yeah, they look good. Now, the next game, I actually had Steve Chalmers message me halfway through this game and just say, mate, check this out. This is off the charts. Diamond Valley, 114, smacked Altona to oblivion, 67, but it was one man in particular who'd come down from their senior team, had a run around with the youthies, former Blackburn boy, of course, absolutely went to town. He had 49 points at half-time. I'm talking about Jack Roberts.
Yep.
Okay, Robbo.
Jack Roberts.
Over in America, they'd call him J-Rob. right? That'd be his basketball nickname in America, J-Rob, because that's the thing. Over here, it's either Jacko or Robbo, because that's the way
an L on there.
That's the way we do things here in Australia. Jacko or Robbo. Jack Roberts had 49 at half time, had only played 16 minutes, 21 of 27. He finished with 54 points, 5 rebounds, shot 23 of 33, only put up 6 shots in the second half.
He stopped shooting.
I heard that he literally went out there and just said, it's not about me, fellas. I'm going to work on getting some other players into the game. And he unselfishly, I'm being serious,
good on him.
Unselfishly wanted his other teammates to get into the game and basically shut up shop at halftime. He could have finished with about 90 points in this game.
Not often you put up 27 shots in the first half and then only 6 in the second half.
How many times you
put up 27 shots?
How many times you hit 21?
How many players in the league do you think haven't hit 23 shots yet?
Oh,
he's hit 23 in a game.
There'd be tons. 54 points. Like I said earlier on in the show, Lockie Bazic, 52. I'm thinking, man, this is the performance of the weekend.
Performance of the year.
Jack Roberts has come out. He had 49 points in 16 minutes in the first half. Incredible. Incredible.
And I think he only attempted 6 threes. So they were just all in the paint. No one could stay in front of him.
Well done. Jacko, Robbo, J-Rob, call him what you like. It's a magnificent effort. Well done. Samson Rocker had 25 points.
I think I did say before that game, if Roberts plays back, John Valley probably win, and I didn't think it was going to be like that.
It was a smashing. Blackburn beat Sandringham at Sandringham. That was a very good win. Where the hell is Heathy? Back in the fold, 28 points. Cam Taylor had 30 for Sandringham.
I said that Blackburn might rattle home here. Heath back in the team and Josh Bannon playing some consistent minutes. I think Bannon had 24 points in that one as well, so they're putting on a good show.
Kilsyth got Nunawading by 32. Mitch Dillman's 21 in that game. Tommy Graham 22 for Nunawading. Good win, Kilsyth.
Back to classic
Very good
Kilsyth.
Win. Yes. Bulleen got Ringwood by 7. Harry Fail had 17 points in that one, and Hawthorn at Keilor by 5. Good win. Ethan Del Zoppo, 22 points.
Yeah, I think Hawthorn were knocking down shots from the outside there, and Keilor weren't, which proved to be the difference. BJ Simons with 18 and 10 for Keilor as well. But that's a nice, strong game there to finish off the round. They're two been very quality games to finish off the round.
So that's round 10 done and dusted. Tomorrow night back here at the desk with Steve-O. We'll be looking at all the seniors. Now coming up Wednesday and Thursday, I believe you and Steve went out and about, a little bit of leisure time when you should be in the office working hard, and you caught up with Brandon Armstrong from Melbourne Uni, of course, from the Black Angels, and I've seen some snippets. Did you guys actually do any work while you were out with him?
Oh, it was all work.
All work?
All work.
Just tell us a little bit about, what do you call him? What's his name?
B-Dot.
B-Dot. Tell us a little bit about, which is coming up Wednesday, Thursday. There was so much content, you guys had to split it into 2 shows.
It was basically 2.5 shows because I put a teaser out, and the teaser was supposed to be 1 minute. I think it ended up being 5 minutes.
Well, are we in for some fun games?
There is some fun. He's a very interesting man. He's very good on camera, obviously.
Yes.
Very charismatic.
When's he coming into the show? Maybe he can take over from me for the rest of the season. Would he be able to sit here?
That would be a big upgrade.
It'd be an upgrade.
I'll tell you what, that would be an upgrade. But
could he do this job? Would he be? He'd be
fine. Mate, he could do any job on camera.
I'll go on holidays for a couple of weeks.
Again, complaining about us not doing work.
Hey, have a great night. I hope you've had a good weekend. Hopefully you had a win. We'll be back 5:30 tomorrow night to wrap up all the seniors from round 10. Big VTV. We'll see you then.